All right, we do know these are tough times. This is the time that the lockdown has been extended as well in the wake of the coronavirus outbreak. This is the time where people have to show resolve and restraint. It's also leaving most of us quite anxious. We have with us joining today Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev to tell us a little more on how to restrain and resolve during this lockdown period. Sadhguru, thank you very much for speaking to India today. We do know that you have enough and more lockdown wisdom that you want to give out. Many of the states have already announced an extension of the lockdown, and it's difficult to pull through these times. It is tough, but it's not impossible. Go on, Sadhguru. Your view, despite India already extending the lockdown to 2 weeks, there's a lot of contemplation whether we should or we shouldn't. What, in your view, should we do?
I don't think a clear extension of lockdown has happened yet. I don't think the government has announced that, but a few states have. So probably there will be some kind of discrimination about what should lock down and what should not. Definitely… is it on?
Yeah, go on, Sadhguru, we can hear you. You're live.
Definitely the agriculture sector and a few other things have to be opened. I think that is what they're looking at. A few states, depending upon the seriousness of the situation in those states, they have taken the call. The central government is yet to take a call, but I'm sure they're considering various aspects. Having said that, well, all of us need to understand whether we are individual people, no matter in what level of function we are in, whether we are migrant laborers or we are small businesses or big businesses or families, institutions, every one of us will take a hit. There is no question about it. We will take a large economic hit. There's no question about it. Even if the lockdown ends, still for the markets to come back, for regular activity to happen, it's going to take a few months, and this is going to be hard on all of us. No question of that. And definitely the nation's economy is going to take a hit, as rest of the world largely is taking this hit also. Having said that, 3 weeks or 6 weeks of closure of our activities is not going to kill the entire economy of a nation or the world, nor is it going to completely destroy our lives. We should not think on those lines. There is hardship, there's no question. There is going to be pain for all of us at some level.
True.
But this is not the end of life. In many ways, if we know how to make use of this time, we can come back with renewed strength and energy, because this is a time when the dynamics of geopolitical situations and the economies in the world is going to change dramatically. In many ways, as a nation, probably compared to rest of Asia, which has developed at a certain level, we've been left behind 25 to 30 years behind them.
Yeah.
But this is an opportunity where this dynamic could be corrected in the next 3 to 5 years. For the first time we have this opportunity. I believe this is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
And how, according to you, that would happen? Because there's a lot of anxiety on economy currently being dented. It's going to bring us back by at least 30, 40 years. How can we pick ourselves up?
See now, for example, Japan has allocated more than $500 billion to wean their industry and production facilities out of China. They wanted to come back to Japan, which is hard because of various labor and other reasons, and also to other nations. Among the other nations, India is definitely a favorite nation or a prime nation to take that possibility. So… and also United States is going to take similar steps. The large production facilities in China, many people want to move out or at least partially move out. So this is a great opportunity for India. The Indian industry and business should look at this as a phenomenal possibility, though all of us will be put to certain difficulties. And using the Japan example, they're putting in almost 20% of their GDP in terms of cash flows and liquidity. Something similar will be done in India also. What is our ability? Can we put back 20% or 10%? What can we do? Is something that, people who handle the fiscal dimension of the nation will decide. But definitely it will be done. So business, industry and individuals and entrepreneurs must, conserve themselves, upgrade themselves in many ways, explore various innovations and look for a tremendous possibility
True.
that will open up in the next 2 to 3
contribute.
years.
All of us should step up. This is a time that we've got to come towards together for a solution there, more than complaining, isn't it?
But in the immediate sphere, in the next 6 to 12 months, of course, all of us will go through a certain amount of pain. Our prime priority right now should be those at the very bottom end of the economy. Do not go into starvation modes.
Right.
Do not look for alternate level of employment which will set us back or push us back into poverty modes. If these lockdowns continue for 6 months or so, then we could go back to poverty levels beyond 2000 where we were. But I don't think the government will allow that. Already many states are considering partial lockdowns, trying to say, identify different parts of the… because India is a large nation, we don't have to think of a national lockdown, we can think in terms of geographically contained lockdowns, which is what I believe is being planned right now. With this, our economy will start limping back into activity in the next few weeks.
Over the last 2 weeks itself, economy, business itself has come to a grinding halt. People do understand the gravity of this pandemic, no doubt. But there is indeed great amount of anxiety about how to pull through this situation. Do you first of all believe that an extension right now is imperative, looking at the growing concerns, growing cases of coronavirus?
See, looking at what has happened in other countries like Italy, Spain and now United States is just running away with fatalities. With the density of population that we have, if we simply, out of our fear for the economy, if we really relax the lockdown absolutely, I think the price that we pay in terms of human life will be too big, and that will also have a major impact on the economy. So it's very important, it's done in a graduated way, and that's what is being contemplated right now. So, this anxiety and concern, let's keep it aside. This time that we have, this 2 to 3 weeks' time that we have on our hands, everybody should commit themselves physically, mentally, emotionally, and in terms of whatever work we're doing, the competence that we have. If we just aim at improving ourselves, upgrading ourselves by 10%, 10% improvement in every human being will set the nation at a different pitch and possibility.
When you say improvement, on what lines do you mean?
So physically, can you just… every human being can write down, what is my physical fitness? You don't need a medical evaluation. You can say, where am I? What is my idea of 10% improvement? What is my mental capability? 10% improvement. My emotional stability, 10% improvement. My competence in my work, 10% improvement. If everybody, according to their own standards, if they strive for this, we will have a different nation going. As far as I can see, both the central government, the various ministries and the state governments, and I see the local administration that we are working with in the rural Tamil Nadu, they are functioning at an efficiency and a determination that I've never seen before. If they all continue to work like this for another 2 years, we have a different nation altogether.
Well, it's better said than done. Patience is hard to conquer, Sadhguru. 2 weeks itself has been quite a struggle for many. So to really sit back another few weeks without becoming restless there, that's quite a task. Give us a trick or two.
I'm not saying sit back, I'm saying strive. Why are you sitting back? Sitting back is over. 1 or 2 days you rested, that's fine. Strive to improve your physical, mental, emotional and competence levels on all levels of your life. This is the time to do it. How many of us ever got a 3-week break in our lives to do something about ourselves?
True. This is possibly the first time. It is unprecedented, which is why it's a struggle to stay at home. You also mentioned time and again that use this time up to spend more time with your family, get familiar with what the needs of your family, the needs of yourself. How do you really get into those layers when you have that much of load on your head with regards to your business, your work not going your way, companies are laying off, people are worried for their job? It is difficult.
See, at a time like this, the most important thing is staying alive. You must stay alive and ensure people around you stay alive, and ensure, especially if you have older generation in your homes, your parents or grandparents, ensure that they stay alive through this period. So, Life is the most valuable quotient in our lives, so let us first value that. And yes, there are struggles, as I said, there's definitely pain. If we take care of the lowest end of the economic strata, rest of us will go through some pain, maybe some difficulties, some things we have to forego, it's all right. But the important thing is, 3 weeks is a phenomenal amount of break for anybody to get, and we can enhance our lives in many ways. And the various tools that are necessary, we are offering at various different levels in the villages and online. In many ways, we are offering this, so people can make use of this.
All right. I mean, we're inside closed doors, so we're not really understanding the intensity or the overwhelming problems that those in the lower strata are currently facing. How do you suggest we reach out to them? Do you feel that the government is doing all that it can?
The government is doing all it can, but at the same time, the very way the nation is structured, the kind of complexity of population, the demographic complexity that we have, it is impossible for any government to reach every human being in this country.
Yeah.
Because we actually, if we are honest about it, we don't even know exactly how many number of people live in this country, because even our census is 10 years old. So having said that, this is where institutions, individuals, concerned human beings must come into play, that wherever we see human beings moving towards starvation, that is my prime focus. If somebody is moving towards starvation, whoever you are, you must pitch in and see what you can do. As a part of this, we have put out a Isha helpline, which is 8300 and 8300 number. Wherever in this country, if you call this number, we will activate our volunteers in the local area and see starvation doesn't happen. This one thing we must take care. Economy-wise, money-wise, don't count your money at this time, because that's bad. Do not count your money, just stay alive, stay healthy, make sure nobody else dies of starvation, make sure older people in your homes and families and surroundings don't die because of this virus. The simple responsibility is, don't get infected. If it so happens you got it, ensure it doesn't go to one more person.
Yeah,
this is the basic we can do.
We know this complexity of the virus is quite overwhelming here, and amid the death toll mounting globally, you made quite a calming statement. You said that the virus is not here to kill you. How did you say that? Why did you say that?
See, we must understand, we are thinking we are the only life. That is not how life is on this planet. All life is enmeshed into each other. In this body, there are millions of bacteria, virus constantly living. So this virus, which was living in some other animals, in the animal kingdom, because their habitat is shrinking probably tremendously, they decided to come into us because we are so many of us, they thought it's a good habitat. Do they want to destroy their habitat as we do ours? No. It is just that they live so virulently that we are not able to withstand this. Well, scientists are also estimating probably in 6 to 8 months' time, virus will mutate itself into a milder version so that it can easily live in our bodies. For example, almost every Indian will fail a tuberculosis Mantoux test, because all of us have tuberculosis bacilli in us, but we are not sick.
Okay.
But the same thing, if it happens to somebody else in Europe or America, they will get sick. So I'm saying virus is trying to learn to live within us because we are a very wonderful habitat for them, because we are such a big population. But their intent is not to kill you, their intent is they want new habitat to live. But we are not strong enough to withstand. And at the same time, it is very clear, children below 1 year of… infants below 1 year of age and older people and people with other kinds of immunal problems, they are dying because immune system is low. So essentially, virus is finding new habitat, new lands to live, but unfortunately we are paying the price.
Right, Sadhguru, it's difficult to keep your mental health the fittest at this time. Give us a tip or two on how to keep it light, keep it calm, keep yourself centered. Who best coming from you?
See, when we say it's difficult to keep mental calm, what we are saying is, the basic faculties that we have of our memory, imagination, ability to think, ability to emote, all this is going out of control within you. Why is it all going out of control? because all the time people have lived like this, now they are being put to test. So when you fail the test, should you not prepare a little more, strive a little more to ensure you don't fail the test next time around? So right now is the good time. You've been given break from… most of us are being given breaks from work, so this is a good time to work on that. There is a simple process that everybody can do in their own homes, and without any cost to it. There's something called as Isha Kriya, which we are offering to millions of people across the world. It is caught up in a big way in Europe and America. It's time in India also, all the languages we have, people can make use of a simple process like this that they can do by themselves. Because the problem is this, you have a very sophisticated machine in the form of human mechanism. We have the most sophisticated mind on this planet compared to any other creature. The problem is most people are trying to operate this without even reading the user's manual. That's all their problem is. It's time to read it.
Who gives us the manual?
Manual comes with the machine.
Right, so we've got to create one ourselves. Structure a manual for… customized to our brains.
If you create, it'll be wrong. You have to observe, just as a tools to observation, the needed spectacles to read the manual is what we are providing.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Sadhguru, for giving us those details. This is a time that we've got to be a little patient. It's just a few weeks longer. We're surely going to tide over it. It's difficult, but certainly not impossible. Thanks much.
Patience is a poor way of going through this. I'm saying you can go through this joyfully, except those people who have problems for survival, whom we should take care of. All of us who have food to eat must go through this joyfully, because this is a great time for you to enhance your life. Make use of Isha Kriya and see how you can enhance your life.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.